Hi Aquarius, welcome back. We are here to do your 2020 read. Forgive the noise in the background. There is an Aquarian playing at the moment, so there's a bit of background noise, but we'll persevere forward. Now this read is quite unique in that it covers the astrology, it covers my psychic interpretations of the card and my foresight, as well as some tips that's actually going to help you through 2020 as well as January. Now do be mindful we have the conjunction with Saturn and Pluto, which is actually in your 12th house, which is really interesting because even looking at the cards, the things that are coming up can be pain body experience as well as a 3D situation. We've also got the eclipse in Cancer and Uranus going direct, and I have the house placements for that, and then I've pulled the cards. Now I have pulled a card that is connected to love, but very separately I've done your romance reading. I can already see the energy coming through with that. Now I'd really highly suggest Tourmaline or Onyx, especially since your 12th house activation is with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, which is your 12th house, which is technically the subconscious mind. Also, use chakra crystals to help anchor you in and ground you. This is a very big growth year for you guys, but it can mean major changes. Now, I am feeling for you guys near this eclipse, as well as with the conjunction, there's two simultaneous energies playing out. That's both of a karmic nature and that of family and work and finances playing out. And that's why I've developed the read like this month. Now, I have pulled chakra crystals in layman's terms of cards. And really uniquely, the first one that came out was very similar to Onyx. It is, I am always divinely protected. I know I am safe. And it's Jet. So again, very connected to your spirituality, your 12th house, your crown chakra, and to keep you grounded, okay? So I'm going to read the card. It releases anxiety, anger, jealousy, and frustration. And the first card you got in the financial sector is directly relating to this, and I'll articulate the reasons why. Deflect negative energy. Practice meditation on a regular basis. 12th house activation. Invoke divine protection, improves abilities to quiet the mind. Now your next one, my mental and emotional body are balanced. I attract nurturing people. All right. Now, release heartache, grief and sorrow of past relationships. And I hadn't read the back, which is really unique because I've read the romance section and I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing this come through. Encourage lightheartedness and joy. Restore the balance and confidence and emotions. Now, what I am picking for you guys, and I'll get into the placements first and then we're going to bounce into the read and really give you some foresight into, you know, with various people. Obviously there's people in connections, there's people that are waiting on a soul connection, a spiritual connection, because I do read for TFs and soulmates. Regardless of how it is, the energy is your energy, and I will articulate it in the best manner possible so you can connect the dots. Now, with Saturn and Pluto with the conjunction, again, it's your 12th house. With Uranus direct, it's your 4th house. Now, I'll read into what this means. Psychological foundation, domestic issues, endings, and parents and home, okay? It is also to do with you, you know, looking at those things and how it's directly impacting your health. So your dreams and the things and the delusions and potentially even distorted energies around you, how they're directly impacting your health and how they are affecting your belief systems connected to yourself of how you can flow forward. Now, Chiron in Aries is there for 8 years. We've moved through an aspect of it. We do have around 7 years left. It stays in Aries a lot longer because it has more work to do at the beginning of the wheel. Other signs it stays about 2 to 2.5 years. It's actually shorter than Saturn's transit. So that falls into your 3rd house, and that is to do with communication, self-expressions, and short journeys. Now, again, very Mercury-orientated frequency. Told you the Aquarian. Very Mercury-orientated frequency. So this is the way you communicate. This is your day-to-day life, the routine, who you are in the world, and how you actually break things down. how you communicate with these pain body experiences when they're coming up in you and other people potentially could be triggering them. What else should I focus on for you guys? Okay, and with the eclipse, it is in your 6th house, okay? So it's in Cancer, in your 6th house, which is work environment, habits, routines, and health, and it's the house of hidden enemies, okay? So with that, it's about your time management. It's about how you can actually deal with all of these external situations going on. And that will be there coming up more so. So again, as I mentioned, I am seeing family-orientated subjects coming up. I'm seeing work-related subjects, finances, plus karma related to the past. And I have pulled a card for karma. Now, the first card off the bat in the financial sector. Now, this can be both financial and spiritually emotional. There is a subject matter coming up, and this could potentially be something of the past, okay? You've got Lovers in reverse. Now, this could be linking in with a person from the past. This is also a very jealous energy. This could be your energy or another person's, but it potentially could be the resented things that hadn't come about, the way you felt, and, you know, the balancing off situations where you'd really put a lot in and, you know, things were taken from you. This could be money, this could be inheritance, this could also be situations of a pain body experience coming up and you're having to do the communication, fine print, details, things to that degree. However this is playing out for you as an individual, again, I am feeling very much it is a pain body experience. It can also be a physical person, an ex, maintenance and things to that degree. It's really feeling like there is also a lot of jealous people around. And, you know, 2020 is a vibrational number 4 years. So it's about picking your tribe, picking the people and the things that you're working on to get the best out of the situation and also to create those healthy boundaries. Now, 12th house also is very connected to illicit affairs. And this also is very similar to that. So it could be that somebody really took something from you that you held great value in. It doesn't have to be a direct person. It could have been a business venture. It could have been finances. It could have been due to a separation and money. And even from childhood. And again, I will pull a chakra card because the notes being in Cancer can connect in with family. But again, it can go 2 ways. It can directly be a pain body experience and a spiritual blockage, which is totally within your ability to clear. A subject matter that comes up. Okay, you've got sacral chakra in reverse. Again, past tense situation. Could be where your power was taken from you, where you were actually placing something into a creative venture. Again, due to a past tense scenario, it's a blockage in those chakras. I really do feel, and temptation energy, although it's got a different term on it, it's still sacral chakra. So this directly could have been due to a past tense person, and at a financial level it affected you, right? For others of you, this directly just can be that in some shape or form, due to a spiritual block, especially with Chiron being in your 3rd house of communication, the way people speak to you, the way people have, you know, sort of brought up things, the way people were moving with you and dealing with you and interacting, and your routine in those given days, very Mercury orientated, your routine in the given day-to-day activities, how it directly impacted you and your belief system too after great adversity, being able to move forward with you feeling safe, or even tapping into that creativity like it's going to be robbed from you because you've got the theft card. So it can be a few things, very, very dependent on how you as an Aquarian had this energy play out for you. I do feel something to that degree is coming out during the eclipse, especially since we have the 12th house both in Jupiter. So it's the pause of thinking, but where we actually can take the bull by the horns and with what we have moving forward, foot by foot, step by step, making a plan of action. It is a great meditation time. Very important for you to actually trust your intuition, providing you can move away from your pain body experience. It's very natural for things to come up. But when it does, what you need to do is get very anchored in, pause, And then once you've removed the pain body experience, and when I say removed it, you can't ever, it's always going to be there, but it's making peace with it. Really coming to a place where you can visually look at that situation, however it directly relates for you, where you can look at it from an external point of view or a different kind of view, so that you can look at it differently to gain more clarity. But it is also your hidden resources inside yourself, okay? So the 12th house in Capricorn for you guys with the subconscious mind, it's deeply spiritual. So this can be, and that's really what I was hearing in this read, it can be as good or bad depending on how you directly approach, place yourself in the situation and handle the direct energy. We can't change what happens externally to us, but we can change the way we internally change. And, you know, some of these things actually do bring out the very best in us. They actually show us that we had more tools internally than we directly felt we did. In your work domain, you've got the Ace of Swords, okay? And this is where you really gained clarity moving forward. You're cutting through, you're breaking habits. And even with sacral chakra in reverse, you've got to be very mindful that certain people, in interacting with them, and around the time of the conjunction and the eclipse, it can be toxic energies and it can cause toxicity inside us, where very similar to Neptune retrograde, which is what I noticed from 2017, 2018, some themes coming through with my clientele. Certain aspects linking them with the planets can cause times when the temptation energy is there, when due to the fact that we are feeling we have no power in a certain situation, we may actually turn to a habit. This can be smoking, drinking, drugs, intimacy, etc. So those kind of energies can be coming up, but really looking at that and seeing where that stems from. Again, I am feeling inner child energy coming to that, but you, in your work domain, it's where you're really taking the bull by the horns, and I do feel that you're going to have an epiphany as to what you're going to do. You're going to be very selective about people you work with, and you're going to look at your habits and your routines to actually balance the stress levels inside situations. And I do feel this is very 5th house, which is connected to your romance, birth, children, and luck. So it can be, you know, with your family, with your love interest, with your work domain, and how you're balancing those things out. In the tribe domain, and this again is the people you mix with, the connections, can be your love interest, and I have pulled an energy for love, but I've got your romance house further down. This is a time of where wounds have come up, potentially letting something go and going with the flow. Actually understanding that some things do very much happen for a reason. You're accepting some of the situations that are occurring. So there could have been a change in plan for you. So all of a sudden you're having to live a certain way due to a scenario. This can be that you are having children and you're looking at things very differently. And you're also thinking, well, okay, some of the ways I dealt with childhood, children, etc. is very different. My partner saying, shh, 3 Aquarians in the house. So funny. Can't make this up. Okay. I'm feeling a differing of views, okay? In this tribe, in this connection, there's different viewpoints, okay? You again, 12th house is very spiritual. 12th house is hidden as well. 12th house can be illicit affairs, enemies, etc. Also the tools we hold inside ourselves to achieve certain targets. But you've got priest in reverse, and I just feel a very differing of views within this situation. So you may be mixing with really multicultural people all of a sudden, or people from different walks of life. Also, you could very much be walking away from an old group of people. Again, 12th house, very spiritual. Your beliefs are very different, okay? But you are also able to mix with various groups. It's like you're the multicultural, okay? You're able to niche in, and especially with your intuition, you are very empathic. So the way you feel towards people, you can directly relate in some shape or form. You do need to be really careful though. And the reason I'm saying that is especially with the 12th house and the fact you're an Aquarian and the fact you got Jet, is that empathically, this intuitive energy you have, we can accidentally vibrate very similar to people around us when we're in that state, when we're upgrading and we're developing that psychic gift. So it's a bit like you're an energy sponge, and it will be for a while. So this could be something that's really coming to you in a great awakening. You may have already been on the road to that situation. You do need to trust in the process, but it's also building that relationship with your intuition. Potentially in the past, your intuition might have been bruised. Again, that can be a pain body experience, and it's making peace with that and understanding that, you know, we're not God, Allah. These things do happen, and it really understanding that some things we weren't meant to know or we didn't know. So that, in fact, isn't that your intuition was incorrect. Your intuition at the time did the very best it could, but I do feel you've been quite selective and empathic towards your tribe, but you are very different to them at the same time. Now, in love, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. And again, I'm feeling this is two things. I really feel this is a pain body experience, okay? In love in general, I do feel there's always been a sense of manipulation around you, that potentially people have taken you for granted or advantage, but this is past tense energy. But your mindset is really evolving through this, and it is a pain body experience, and it could be where you feel that, you know, no matter what you do, you feel you can't win. But I really am feeling this could be a person that has actually experienced that as well. This could be a very mirror-orientated energy where currently you've met someone who's been through a very like-minded situation and you directly can relate to each other. But again, I have got the romance house here. Be it you're together or not, the energy as such is surrounding you. So we'll get there in a minute. But there is a pain body experience here, but this mindset, again, attracting like attracts like. These people, school holidays. Yeah, very like-minded, clarification. There you go. So this person, telepathically, intuitively, in a mirror sense, the way they see the world, they have lived a very similar life to you. If this person isn't in your life, this person's energy is what you're directly attracting. It's very important to understand that in a mirroring effect, you know, when we're going through a pain body experience, it's almost perfect to be single because we don't want to then directly be attracting that of what we're attempting to purge. It's not to say you can't meet someone and grow and purge through that cycle. It just becomes a little bit more challenging. I do feel, though, this person is going through a very similar stage or has already lived something very similar to you in some shape or form. Now, in your dream state, again, you're dreaming for better days. It's very Taurus energy, okay? You're looking at situations, and that's your 11th house. Now, you're changing your friendship groups. Again, you're changing. Uranus direct is your 11th house. This is your dream state. So your friends, your clubs, associates, and aspirations, all of those things are changing. It can be due to some things that happened last year and what's really playing out for you now. Really evolving through this. And like I said with your tribe, it's really empathically connecting with people. But sometimes going out on a limb for these people. And I do feel you potentially could be outgrowing that, but you do have a very multicultural friendship group. Now, it doesn't mean to say they're difference in ethnic nature. It can be in mindset nature. That's really what I'm picking. All walks of life. So really with your dreams, it's like really this year, you're almost, and it's a vibrational 4, okay? 2020 is another 4 year. Look at the cups. Reflecting back, looking at situations, looking at the stagnation, feeling quite stuck and bored, but really not knowing what you want to achieve this year. It's almost like you're released to the divine, what you want to occur, and you've been quite open with it. You've been quite flexible. But you're meditating upon it, you're leaving it up to the divine, okay? So I do feel you're it's funny because you've got a lot of crown and third eye and your 12th house activated with Capricorn and Pluto. The Capricorn energy is coming through very largely in your read. And even the tone of my voice feels very emotional. I do feel you're trying to be very strong, okay? Trying to be very strong for situations. Okay, this karmic energy coming through might even be directly connected to you. It's like you're being a Leo energy. I want to pull another card. Which deck should I use? Okay, it's like you're trying to be a Leo energy, like you're trying to be strong. You've got the Four of Swords, right? You're not asking for help. You're feeling, you know there's a delay. You know there's a change in direction. You're manifesting things and you're having faith in the divine. But some of these energies, you also feel that part of this energy is for you to liberate yourself out of situations, but you're just pausing at the moment. You do have it's not that you don't have faith in yourself. I really do feel that you're meditating upon the past, and it's like you're in two vessels right now. It's almost like you are in the 3D here, because I was going to say earlier, you're very 3D, but the mind's not, okay? While the mind's going through this process, you're healing it like it's happening external, but the density of the purge is very 3D. And it doesn't mean to say that you aren't living a day-to-day life very happily, but when these things are coming up, it sort of feels as though it's held you back for too long, and your intuition is healing through that process because your body's already upgraded, right? What you're not seeing is that this could be a person from the past, okay? This also is you utilizing your frequency, your masculine frequency, but it also can be to do with the person actually moving towards you and having the tools at hand and being able to move forward with you. If you've been worried about a situation not balancing out, I do feel you're going to have the tools in order to achieve those things. You might not have the sense of how, but the intuition and the crown chakra is really going to help you. But it is very important for you to stay grounded in January, especially with the conjunction. So you're going to have to really get your bearings. So I would really highly recommend getting amethyst, especially since it balances your 12th house activation with your crown chakra. Drink plenty of fluid, right? Also, if you are getting triggered, use all the tools and remove yourself from white noise. Because with the communication house, you don't want to be doing that from a trigger point. You know, we can't always be accountable during that point. It's very natural for us to react, but it's what we do directly after that really counts. Let's tuck into your romance. Now, this is you evolving, transforming, being able to think on your feet. You've got dragonfly. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal and connection to spirit. Crown chakra, I'm telling you. I'll clarify. What I'm saying is, you know, dragonflies are deeply spiritual, but they're very able to change directions. It's like you went down a dark road and you emerged into the light right at the right time. And I do feel it hasn't been a happy thing that you've had to move through, which has been a bunch of adversity in connections. But really on your mind, you've seen how much you've transformed and changed. Now, a home environment and coming home to yourself is crucial, but there could be an energy of a Cancerian for some of you. There also could be the energy around the Cancer moon, which is playing out in a sense of love and romance and how things change. It also can be a change of residence or looking at changing things in the vibration of your home. But the home directly is, especially with the physical foundation of situations coming up, it really is to do with you keeping yourself grounded, you getting to a place where you can feel home within yourself so that you can usher energies in and not have to keep changing directions. Past tense, yes, you may have felt that you didn't have a lot of luck. But at the heart of it, where you are, you're really evolving out of this, okay? Yeah, you're doing the work, you're moving forward. You have made peace with the truth of a past tense situation, okay? And with the Phoenix rising, you are very much having faith. This can even be that you're linking in with the fire sign, but separately, you know, these are very, very general reads. You're doing the spiritual work on yourself, but you also feel in order for any connection now to work, it's two people working at it, not you always stepping up, okay? Again, it's so unique that you've got angel in reverse in your future tense. And I'm feeling as though you're almost feeling like, to a degree, it can feel lack of faith. But again, to a degree, it's more so you're trusting in what's meant to be is meant to be. There's a great release. And you're also not expecting everything to be perfect and come together. You're being patient with that. You're understanding that the transformation takes time, so you're not putting pressure on it. You're understanding this. And I feel this is where with your tribe, you know, although your faith might be different, your belief in the way you have spiritually grown is different. Your 12th house activation of your empath and your energy that you have with your intuition, you understand and sense those things. You're a great compassionate person. Now, in their energy, the person that you are spiritually connected to, be you together or not, okay? This person's rising above a situation. This is their crowning energy, and it's interesting that you've got dragonfly and they've got eagle. Again, it can be coming from a third eye point of view. Again, very healing. You will soar towards your destiny with greater creativity and strength. Okay, this is their crowning energy. How many? 2 cards. Yeah, a lot of healing. And potentially not saying anything, just really, really doing the work. Right? Thinking about these things, wondering how to sort a situation, looking at it from an external point of view. Wishing that, you know, last year, December, these things had come about and things could have been different. Meditating upon their lack of celebration when it does come to the things they're wanting. Another 2 cards. Potentially even having, like, enemies around them in the past and constantly having to be a soldier in these situations. Now, again, they've got at the heart of it where they stand, they've got flame. And I do feel, when I was tuning into the partnered love interest energy, I do feel distance for some reason. Now, this can be a few things. This can be that this person, and you do need to look at their zodiac sign, but one area I'm picking is there could be travel involved. Now, this travel, it may be where it physically occurs for the both of you, but also very separately, I'm feeling very Mercury energy, short journeys or directly moving. Okay, let me tune into this further. Yeah, physically or metaphorically. Again, third eye in love, and I picked that was the person you're tuning into. Now, this plane, there are different ways you can interpret cards, okay? I get messages, visions, as well as I'm linking in with certain things popping out of the card. Now, the first thing that came through in this is it's sort of like distorted, which is very, very similar to the energy coming through with your dream state. I was stating it was almost like Neptune / Uranus energy coming through. Again, with the 12th house, this person telepathically feels linked into you. You may be dreaming about this person. This person might actually be dreaming of you, but I do feel that you guys, your life will become more full. So it's like whatever these dreams are, they are going to be joint dreams. And I do feel your energy is very focused on this area. I know there's other areas you're looking at, just sort of going with the flow with it. You're deeply intuitively looking at the past, looking at your future, and releasing some things and knowing that where you can actually, well, not man up in a mindset. Not that you're not. You're achieving that on your own, okay? Your crowning energy between you is Owl. Both of you are super intuitive individuals. Both of you are thinking about each other, might be staying up at night, be it you're together or not. You're very wise beyond your years. And you've got Devil card in reverse on your side. And for them, line strength. Okay, this is joy, this is empowerment, this is having done the inner child, being fiercely protective. And I do feel you guys are really on track. The future tense, this energy has star in reverse, and it's really unique because you guys are very much in the same. Angel in reverse. What I'm getting is you're so in your knowing by the end of this January transit to many that, how do I put it? Bear with me. You're going with flow. Going with flow. Yeah, journey on journey. I'll put it back in the deck now. You had the journey card as a clarifier on the plane. Yeah. Trusting in the process and completely knowing it, not needing the star energy, knowing there's certain things that they need to achieve, and really focusing in on this with you, bringing everything together, knowing everything has its divine timing, understanding that there is a transitional state. I feel your energy, once it shifts into that, everything is really flowing, but you really are mirroring each other. I feel it's super positive. I will check in with you guys during the month. I cover the astrology, I cover the moon phases, I do regular live twin flame updates, so I'll see you on the other side.